Okay, so remember, add the indices, same base, add the indices. 4 and 4 is 8. Next one, 8 to the minus 2 is the reciprocal of 8 squared, which is 1 over 64. So it's this one. Question D, 20 students, 12 are boys. So that means there are, what fraction are boys? So 12/20ths are boys. And of course we need to cancel that down, which is 3/5. Question C, multiplying out brackets, 3x squared times 2x is 6, not 5, x cubed. And then remember the minus here, minus 3 5s are 15, x squared. So that's that one. Okay, question 2, 3/4 of 200. Well, that's the same as 3/4 times 200. And then we cancel down. 4 goes into 200 50 times, so we're left with 3 times 50 was 150. The next way, the way I would do this would perhaps be a tenth of £6.50 is 65 pence. So therefore a fifth is twice as much as a tenth of 6.50 is twice times 65 pence, which is £1.30. I would suggest without a calculator, that's probably the best way of doing it. Work out a tenth. In pence, yeah, £1.30, 130 pence. I've given you the answer if you put £1.30. Okay, 24 passengers on the bus. A quarter are men. So 1/4 of 24 are men. And 24 divided by 4 is 6 men. And 1/3 of the 24, which is 8, are women. The rest are children. So children, the number of children is obviously 24 minus 6 plus 8, which is 24 minus 14, which is 10. Next one, y to the power 4. Y has been multiplied 4 times, y to the 4. Add the indices, 9. 7 plus 2 is 9, not 14. Subtract the indices. So because we're dividing, we subtract the indices. 7 minus 2 is 5. Now, here we multiply this out. So this is 3 squared times y to the 7 squared. 3 squared is 9, not 6. And we multiply these to give y to the 14. 9y to the 14, not y to the 9. We need to multiply these together. Next is just multiplying out the brackets. S times s squared is s cubed, and s times 6 is 6s. Multiply these brackets out now. So we get 4x here, minus 8 there, plus 3x here, and plus 6 here. And then add up the x's, we get 7x, and minus 8 plus 6 is minus 2. So giving 7x minus 2 is our answer. Next question. How many people have I written? No! Question part 3, 5, part 3. How many people have I written? No! Goodness me. How do you square this out? Boys, come on, quieten down, please. Thank you. Remember, you're being recorded, guys. Thank you. If you can't remember the quick way of doing it, just multiply them out like this. It's funny how you could do the second bit, but not the first bit. N times n, n squared. N times 3, 3n. Another 3n here, and a 9 here, giving n squared plus 6n plus 9. Next one, multiply out the brackets. 2 times 3 is 6. X times x is x squared, so 6x squared. 2x times 5 is 10x. Minus 3 times 3x is minus 9x. Remember the minus there. And minus 3 times 5 is minus 15. 6x squared. Add the x's together. Can't believe how many people added 10 and minus 9 and got something other than 1. Minus 15. So your answer is 6x squared plus x minus 15. Right, this one. Only the z is being raised to the 0. So this is the same as 13 times z to the naught. Z to the naught is 1. So it's 13 times 1, which is 13. No, only the z is being raised to the power 0 here, not the 13. So it's 13 times 1. Here, the whole thing is being raised to the power 0, so the answer is 1. Okay, 125 to the minus 2/3. This is 1 over 125 to the 2/3. Remember, raising to a fractional power means you do the cube root, the denominator. So the cube root of 125, and then we want to square that. Now the cube root of 125 is 5. Okay, so this is 1 over 5 squared, which is 1 over 25 as your final answer. People messing this up. Right, 6 to the minus 2 is 1 over 6 squared. 144 to the half is the same as the square root of 144. So this is 1 over 36, 6 squared is 36, times 12, which is a third. Cancel down. 1/3 is the answer. Can you concentrate, please? Thank you. You can ill afford not to. Thank you. Next question. Right, what is 27 as a power of 3? 27 is 3 cubed. Okay, but we don't want the 3 cubed on the bottom. We want it at the top, so we take the reciprocal. And therefore our x, which is the power, is minus 3. The next one. This is slightly more difficult. We could do this in a multitude of ways. We could write this 64 as a power of 4. So we could say 4 to the y is 4 cubed to the half, because 64 is 4 cubed. Do you agree? Right. Now, what do I do to these indices here? Times them together. So this is 4 to the 3 times a half, which is 3 halves, and therefore y is 3 over 2. Okay? Remember, if you don't understand, put a star next to it, we'll come back to it and explain it in more detail after. Question 8a, part 1. Oh dear. If I said a plus a is 2a, then root 3 plus root 3 is 2 root 3. Not root 6, guys. Ugh. Okay, simple example. Root 4 plus root 4. We did this in class the other day. This is 2 lots of root 4, and root 4 is 2, so it's 2 lots of 2, which is 4. Okay, not root 8. When you're multiplying, however, you can do that. This is the square root of 3 squared, which is the square root of 9, which is a 3. You cannot do the same thing here. You're doing the same thing. People making this mistake up here, same mistake down here. Root 18 is root 9 times 2. We're looking for squares. 32 is 16 times 2. Nice square numbers here and here, look. Root 9 is 3, so this is 3 root 2. Root 16 is 4, so this is 4 root 2. 3 root 2 plus 4 root 2 is 7 root 2. 7 root 2, final answer. Put a star, come back to it after. Okay, root 3 to the 4. Well, that's root 3, root 3, root 3, root 3. Root 3 times root 3 is 3, times another root 3 times root 3, which is 3. 3 3s are 9. No, because it's only worth 1 mark. Next question. Right, we need everything in root 3s. Nice and quiet, please. Guys. Shh. Shh, 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 shh. Thank you. We need everything in root 3. So let's split root 6 into root 3s. It's root 2, root 3. Now the 50s. Well, 50 is, didn't mean equals, times, well, root 50 is root 25 times 2. We can't get 3s into 50. But what's root 25 times 2? Yeah, 5 root 2. This is root 25 times root 2, and root 25 is 5. So this is 5 root 2. Now we can multiply these root 2 with the root 2, giving 2. Agreed? Root 2 times root 2 is 2. Times this 5 is 10. Yeah, 2 times 5 is 10, so we're left with 10 root 3. And that's our final answer, 10 root 3. Again, root 48, we're looking for square numbers. 16 is a square number. 3 16s are 48. 75 is 25 times 3. Root 16 is 4, so this is 4 root 3. Root 25 is 5, so this is 5 root 3. Add them together, 4 plus root 3 plus 5 root 3 is 9 root 3. Multiply at the brackets. Root 2 times root 8 is root 16. Root 2 times root 2 is 2. So we get root 16 minus 2. A lot of people did that and forgot that root 16 was 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. Final answer. Next one. Rationalize. Multiply top and bottom by root 6. If you do that, you get a mark. Oh, no, you won't, because it's only worth a mark. Multiply the numerators, you get root 6. Multiply the denominators, you get root 6 times root 6, which is 6. That's your final answer. Next question. We're going to multiply top and bottom by root 3. You get a mark, definitely, if you did that. Multiply the numerators, you get 18 root 3. Multiply the denominators, you get 3. Cancel down this 18 over 3 to 6. We get 6 root 3. It's our final answer. Question 8. Not many people got this right. 2 plus root 3. Pay attention, please. Don't be talking. We need to multiply the top and the bottom by root 3. A lot of people got a mark doing that. Okay? But then you made a mess of multiplying this. We need to multiply the brackets like this, don't we? So 2 times root 3 is 2 root 3. Root 3 times root 3 is 3, and we need to add them together. Divided by root 3 times root 3 is 3, and that's your final answer. Yeah. Questions at the end. Expand fully. Right. Too many people writing out messy answers. Shh. Boys, Freddie, please. Thank you. So I'm going to leave this first bracket alone, and I'm going to multiply out the second bracket. So x times x is x squared. X times 1 is x. Minus 3 times x is minus 3x. And minus 3 times 1 is minus 3. Then I'm going to simplify this square bracket. So we've still got x squared. X minus 3x is minus 2x minus 3. Now I'm going to multiply out these two brackets. 2x times x squared is 2x cubed. Not raised to the power 5. I don't know how anyone got raised to the power 5, but nevertheless. 2x times minus 2x is minus 4x squared. And 2x times minus 3 is minus 6x. Minus 5 times x squared is minus 5x squared. Minus 5 times minus 2 is plus 10x. And minus 5 times minus 3 is plus 15. Forgetting your minus times minuses here. Shh, 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 shh. Guys, thank you. Concentrate, boys, please. How many x cubes? Just the 2. How many x squareds? Minus 4 there, minus another 5, that's minus 9, lots of those. How many x's? Minus 6 here, plus 10, that's plus 4 in total. And then add the 15, and that's your final answer. Question 9. Let's multiply out the brackets on the left. 2 times 4 is 8. So let's just write this out. 2 plus root 3. Don't talk, please. Don't talk, please. Thank you. 2 4s are 8. 2 times minus root 3 is minus 2 lots of root 3. Root 3 times 4 is 4 lots of root 3. And root 3 times minus root 3 is minus 3. 8 minus 3 is 5. And 4 root 3 minus 2 root 3 is 2 root 3. So that's your answer there. Now we need to compare our 5 with our A, so our A is 5, and our B with 2, so our B is 2. At the end, please. Question 14. Show that PS equals 3. This is a right-angled triangle. We're trying to find this here, called PS, and we use Pythagoras. PS squared. Now, PS is not the hypotenuse. Can you please stop talking? Keep asking, you guys. PS is not the hypotenuse, so we need to subtract them. So we're doing the square of the other two sides. Root 12 plus root 3 squared minus root 8 plus root 2 squared. Okay? Now we need to square out this bracket. So if you want a little side thing that squares out the bracket, that's fine. So root 12 plus root 3 squared equals square the first, which is 12, double the product. Now the product of root 3 and root 12 is root 36. And root 36 is 6. Double it, you get 12. Root 3 squared is 3. Notice that I do not just do root 12 squared and root 3 squared. There's a middle thing as well. If you want to do the long way, you can. It's root 12 plus root 3 times root 12 plus root 3. Okay? And FOIL. This is root 12 times root 12, which is 12. Root 12 times root 3 is root 36, which is 6. Root 3 times root 12 is root 36, which is 6. Root 3 times root 3 is 3. And we're left with 12 plus 6 is 18, plus 6 is 24, plus 3 is 27. Minus. Do a similar thing with the root 8 plus root 2. Okay? Square it out. Root 8 times root 8 is 8. Root 8 times root 2 is root 16, which is 4. Root 2 times root 8 is root 16, which is also 4. And root 2 times root 2 is 2. 8 and 4 is 12. Plus 4 is 16. Plus 2 is 18. So PS squared is 27 minus 18, which is 9. A lot of you. A lot of you. Shush. So PS is the square root of that, which is 3. Quite a lot of work in that one. Question 10. Page 10. Find the area of the triangle. I was at least expecting to see area equals a half base times height. Okay, you'll have plenty of time to go over it. You'll watch the video. Half base times height. Now, what's the base? the base is this length here. Which is root 8 plus root 2 plus root 2. So it's a half times root 8 plus root 2 plus root 2 times the height. They tell you in the question what the height is. It's 3 times 3. Right, just a bit of sorting out to do. Root 8 is actually root 4 times 2, which is 2 root 2. Okay, so we've got 2 root 2. This is 2 root 2, plus another 1 root 2, plus another 1. So that's 4 root 2. So we get a half times 4 root 2 times 3. A half times 4 is 2. So we get 2 root 2 times 3, which is 6 root 2.